Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
There we go.
Got the cameras on now?
There we go. Get on down here now.
Come on, get the rest of it.
You know anybody from Louisiana?
Louisiana?
Do you say Louisiana?
I ain't going to say what I call it.
The boot? Did you ever call it the boot back in the day?
Never called it the boot.
The boot of America. And it's not bad. The boot,
Man,
though.
I'm going to tell you, I lived in Louisiana for a little while. And those are some of the best people you'd ever want to meet.
Oh, man. Well, you think a guy like Randy Thompson over there at Granny Mary's.
Yeah.
It don't get no better than that. Ain't nobody got time. Jason, go ahead. I'm going to do a little sound check. Are you ready?
Sound check. 1, 2, 3.
There it is. Jay Tomp back in the house. Welcome, man. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, now that you're done with HLI, maybe we can have shows
We
almost
could.
every Tuesday.
Now, if you look at Jason and you notice this round kind of pack right here on his chest, you'll see it. It's very indented. It's round.
Yeah.
That is soldering iron resin. He is a mobile soldering iron guy.
Yeah, okay.
So is that what that?
Keep believing that.
One day it was funny. I was at a school and I had it was weird. I had a coaster in my pocket, but it looked like, soldering iron resin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And someone looked at me, well, sir, you can't have tobacco products in here. I said, man, it's a coaster. It's a wooden coaster.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's how we're starting the show today, Jason.
Yeah.
So, I love the Huntsville green from Jay Tomp, man.
I pulled it out of the closet this morning.
Representing, man. So, we want to welcome you in. Thanks for joining us. A tactical, terrific Tuesday as we get rolling. I hope that all of you had a good Memorial Day. The thing about Memorial Day is, and I'm always positive on this show, Jason. You know how it is.
I know.
But man, so, it's turned into like this. Hey, 3-day weekend. Don't have to work. And what I love about this community is the focus remains on what the holiday was intended for, and that is to honor those that have served, that have fallen.
That's what it's for.
And yesterday I was thinking my grandfather did not pass away during service, but he fought second wave Normandy. There at D-Day, I always thought my whole life he was the first wave because he told me that only 8 in his company survived.
Right.
And I think there's 150 in a company, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
I'm not sure.
And he was one of the 8. And so based on what he told me, I just assumed he was the first wave. Mm-hmm. That wasn't the first wave. That was the second wave.
Right.
Only 8 in his company survived.
Yeah.
And all day yesterday, I was just thinking about my grandpa. And, I don't make a big deal out of, hey, let's go to the lake and do all this kind of stuff. We just stayed at home. I did put on a couple of burgers. We went to Aldi. I've never been to Aldi before. Have you been?
I've been to Aldi.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, it's all right.
You can taste the cheap meat, but it's all right,
Yeah.
So,
as long as it's not laboratory grown, I think you'll be okay.
So we went to Aldi yesterday, and we just hung out at the house. And the only bad thing about these 3-day weekends, and Jason, you probably don't know about this because you're just
I work on the weekend.
Yeah,
so
you don't stop.
It doesn't bother me. It's just another day.
My only day off typically Saturday because obviously we're at church on Sunday, and I don't really view that as I wouldn't view it as work, man, because you enjoy it. I view it as a calling.
Yeah.
And let's stop right here. Here's the inspiration this morning. I know that many of us have a job or we work. But I'm going to encourage you this morning. I believe somebody needs to hear this today. Mm-hmm. Maybe you've been in that job for 20 years, but you haven't been happy. You've just done it because you've had to do it to pay your bills. And I want to encourage you this. And I'm not telling you to quit your job.
No.
But I am telling you that if you don't feel like where you're at is your calling, then I think it's time to really start praying about that and figure out where you're supposed to be. And it may not be today. It may not be a year. It may be another 10 years you're at this job. But you gotta find your purpose where you're at.
You do. I mean, and don't think just because you're 20 or or 50 that's when you're going to find out what you were meant to do. I mean, how old was Colonel Sanders when he finally opened up the first Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Like 60-something?
63, 64 years old before he figured out what his calling was. I mean, there's a lot of successful people that they didn't figure out what they were supposed to do until later on in life. You know, life's a journey.
I've got a secret that I'm going to give away on this show. I never give away a secret. I'm going to give away one here that nobody knows this. At 40 years old, I still don't know what I want to do in life.
I've done lots of different things in my life, and I'm not sure that the one I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing yet, but I'm going to chase the rabbit for a while and see what happens.
You got to find joy in where you're at, and I want to encourage you this morning that if you
and
are
it's
in that
not
job,
always about money, guys. That's the big thing. There's a lot of people, you know, I like to, you know, I follow a few people that post stuff on social media. There's one guy that I watch, and most people probably wouldn't like him because he's he can speak kind of potty mouth, I guess would be a nice way to say it. But
potty mouth.
Well, he does. He likes to drop the F-bomb.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. I got you.
So, but you know, he'll tell you, you know, if there's all kinds of ways to make a living, and you know, depending on your age and what you're willing to do, you don't have to have a job anymore. That's you know, we see this. You know, we see that people don't want to come and work traditional jobs, but I've watched some of his videos, and what he's saying makes sense. Is why this, you know, younger generation, younger than myself and Rob, don't want to work because they don't have to, because you can go out there and hustle and make that money.
Yeah. No, it's right, man.
I mean, he swears up and down that you can go garage selling and make over $100K a year between garage sale and eBay.
Well, come on, man. Let's shut this sucker down right now and go hit up some sales, man.
Wow, I'm just telling you what the man talks about.
I'm ready to go garage selling, bro. You know, I like garage selling. Do you? Are you a garage seller?
I like to go to some garage sales, but you never know what you're going to find.
Are you a rummager? Would you say you're a rummager?
I'll go through stuff, heck yeah. And I like to, you know, I like cool stuff. I like old stuff. You know, stuff that I'm interested in. I love coins. You know, foreign coins, old coins. I hauled some scrap metal the other day, man. You'd have thought you'd give me $1,000, man. Hand me a 50-cent piece.
Yeah, man.
You know, and it went right in my little jar of coins.
You know that metal recycling. That's what I love about this show. We never know where we're going to go.
Yeah.
So we start this morning talking about metal.
I'm just trying to clean up, man. You know, I was like, I'm not going to put that in the dumpster when somebody will give me a little money for it.
You know what's cool about that metal recycling? This lady had told me this that ran one in Georgetown, that it is you know, it's all tax free. You don't have to. You don't report the income on the recycling.
You
don't
really
have to legally. You don't have to.
And a lot of times, you know, they pay you in cash depending on what you bring in. But you know, you gotta look at it and find out what you can take in there, because you can't go steal somebody's AC unit and go sell it without a license.
If you see Jason driving down the road with like 50 condensers in the back of his truck,
I asked the guy. No, I'm being serious. I asked the guy. I said, "Hey, what do I have to do to bring in a couple of old air conditioners?" He's like, "Well, do you have a receipt, you know, from when you replaced, you know, the?" Because he asked, and I said, "No, I don't have a receipt because they got replaced like 10, 12 years ago, but they've been sitting like back behind my barn for years." But I said, "I know there's good metal in there." He said, "We'll figure out a way." You know, he said, and I left him my card. He's going to call me and tell me, but.
Breaking news here on Good Morning Huntsville. If you live in Westridge and you're one of the 30 that woke up without an air conditioning condenser this morning, man, I'm just kidding, Jason.
No, man, I'm not a thief. I can't stand a thief.
I agree, man.
But
Well,
a thief that would steal your air conditioner, that's like the worst right now. 'Cause, I mean, look how humid it is. I mean, look at the fog on the windows this morning, or the condensation. You know it is humid outside.
Yeah. Well, you know, the AC got left on here this morning. I'm glad our friend Jamie found his way in this morning.
I'm telling you.
You know, this thing.
Well, I pulled up this
covered
morning.
in water,
I'm going, is Robbie, I know his truck's here. Are the lights on? I couldn't even see in here.
Well, we're trying to reduce heat around here, and so what we've done is we've installed a water line on top of the windows, and it just drenches the windows with water throughout the day. Yeah. So,
cool.
Man, it's been so hot, though. You know, Braylon wanted this is the thing I love about being a dad. When the little one wants something, you find a way to do it.
Right.
And Braylon is on this kick right now, this garden trip.
You need to bring her out to Nanny's house, and she can have all the fun she wants. I got tomato plants that are 7 feet tall.
Is it too late to plant tomatoes?
If you can find them, you probably can do it, but you're gonna have to provide shade.
But you can't germinate. You can't put them from the seed now, can you?
You could, but you're just gonna have to know that you're gonna have to keep them in shade because they'll burn up real quick when it gets this hot.
Because we bought some tomato seeds that are pretty resistant to. It's like I don't know what you call it.
And think about this, you know, and I know a little bit about gardening. I'm not going to say I'm a master like Mr. Huntzink or anybody like that.
By the way, Jason's thumb was extremely green this morning. We wiped it off when he came in.
Yeah, I had to. Rob said it was too green. No, but seriously, like the tomato plants you buy at the store, guys, sometimes they start those seeds in like January, to be honest.
Because that's my grandma and my mom always did. They always bought the plants, and they went from there.
Yeah.
And we always had one. We never went out to eat. We always ate from the garden all the time.
Oh, man, I'm eating from the garden right now. I can't be happier.
Well, you know how we are on this show. We're all about food. And, Jason, I don't see anything on this table this morning.
Well,
so next week.
Next week I'll see what I can do.
That was my penalty for.
Or later this week, you know. I mean, we picked yesterday morning, and I know we got to make pickles like today or tomorrow from all the cucumbers. And shout out to Ashlyn Hooks at Hooks Family Farm. Last week she hooked a brother up. I took her a huge bag of cucumbers and said, Ashlyn, I hadn't had any Ashlyn dill pickles in a while. And she sent me a message the next morning. They're on my porch ready to go.
Well, there you go, man. Well, we appreciate Ashlyn. I haven't heard from her in a while. So when you told me you had seen her, I was like, that's great, man, because I know she's been busy.
Yeah. No, Ashlyn makes really good products. She said that they were going on vacation. They're probably on vacation right now. But she said, yeah, I'll get them to you before vacation. And sure enough, got 2 big old flats.
My dad used to always make the it was all you heard in our kitchen growing up was pop, 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 pop all the time because he would can all this stuff.
Right.
So are you guys canning other stuff or what do y'all do?
Well, you know, my garden's not that big this year. You know, since I had the issue with the foot or the feet or whatever. So, you know, limited mobility, it's not real big, but it's very productive with all the rain and Jason's homemade soil.
All right, man. Well, next week on the show, you know, we're hoping to see a cornucopia of vegetables, you know.
Yeah, there's not going to be that many because I don't have very many species. I've got tomatoes, and I've got cucumbers, and I've got squash and some zucchini plants, and that's pretty much it.
That's our question today, Huntsville. Let us know what you're planting. What do you have growing in your garden that you want us that you want to let us know, and that way we'll know where to go and to come raid your garden. So, well, hey, we got a great.
Make sure you put your address so we can come pick you.
Put your address. Live show coming your way, friends. We got a great show lined up today. I know that Jason and I've been going here for a little bit, but we want to welcome you in. Big thanks as always to our good friend, Mr. Paul Oley. Paul.
Yeah, we love you, Paul.
We love you, Paul. That's the message every day. Paul Oley, the gallery for all of your custom framing, photography, and more.
Don't forget about Mr. Elliott.
And Elliott's Jewelers online at elliottjewelers.com. We appreciate Elliott Herzlich for all of your jewelry needs. And, of course, here on a wonderful Tactical Tuesday, big thanks to Guardian Defense, our friends here in Huntsville, for all of your personal safety needs. They've got you taken care of. Got a great show lined up today, and let us know that you're out there because we'd love to hear from you. As we get rolling, we're going to take a break here in just a few moments, but our good friend Jamie Sugg joining us for the first time. He is the Walker County Extension Agent, and he'll be on to let us know a little bit about him and what he's been up to as we celebrate all things good happening here in Huntsville. We appreciate, too, Steph Valley Magnolia Kennel for arranging the interview. She said she was hoping to be here, but because of Memorial Day yesterday, she just extremely booked up. So,
I'm sure she posted a few videos on some of her guests for the weekend.
Yeah.
So and I enjoyed watching those. You know, Scott and Steph, they're just fabulous people in my book. You can't beat them.
Well, in honor of them and Magnolia Kennel, the keyword this week, there it is, Jason, Magnolia. We got a little couple puppies in there too. So,
do you?
And we've got a special giveaway for Magnolia Kennel, and I'll show what that is a little bit later in the show. But go ahead and text in the keyword Magnolia along with your name. That's MAGNOLIA on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Again, that's the number 936-339-0139. 0139 Magnolia along with your name. And we'll talk about what that price. Something really neat that Scott made. So Scott's a woodworker, so that's a hint.
Oh.
So we'll take a quick
Man,
break.
I'm gonna have to jump off so I can text him.
Yeah, we got to listen at your national news. Word from our sponsor. Jamie joins us on the other side. Stay with us. This is your show as we get rolling here on a Tuesday. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
USA News, I'm Ryan Daniels. Following Israel's deadly strike inside Rafah in southern Gaza, killing several dozen civilians along with a couple of Hamas militants, the United Nations Security Council is now due to meet. The weekend strike hit a camp that housed those displaced due to the fighting. Reports are more than 40 people were killed. Israeli officials say the target was a Hamas compound and that 2 of the militant group's senior officials were killed. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu described the loss of civilian lives in the airstrike a, quote, tragic mishap. The number of dead stands at 23 following severe storms that hit states across the country throughout the long holiday weekend. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear said some people tragically lost their lives.
One of the biggest damages we saw in this was trees down, and massive trees down. They kept us from getting to homes for a period of time. They blocked roads and they fell on some people.
Sunday was the most active day yet this storm season. Multiple tornadoes spotted ripping across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Alabama. Average gas prices were largely unchanged throughout this Memorial Day weekend. The average cost of a gallon of regular unleaded near the end of the travel period was $3.59, the same as it was the day prior and the same as it was a week ago. The cheapest average gallon was in Mississippi at $3.03. There will be another college walkout over people's concerns about the Israel-Hamas war, but it'll be academic workers this time at UCLA and UC Davis. Members of the United Auto Workers Local 4811 voted over a week ago to authorize this strike. The workers claim both universities mishandled recent pro-Palestine demonstrations on the college campuses. This is USA News.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real, aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, use promo code TREAT at checkout, and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here for Elliott's Jewelers. I wanted to take a brief moment to let you know if you're looking for someone in the jewelry business right here in Huntsville, look no further than my good friend Elliott Herzlich. He's helped me out time and time again, whether it was that wedding band that I needed a while back or that special ring for Bridget. He's always been there for me. He goes above and beyond. He's also a person who gives back to the local community. I like to do business with those who give back, and that's exactly what Elliott Herzlich of Elliott's Jewelers does. Hey, if you feel like you don't know what to do, maybe you don't know where to turn, what to look for, Elliott is the person. Again, it's Elliott's Jewelers. You can visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com for more information. And when you call him, let him know that you heard from his good friend Rob Hipp. Again, it's Rob here for Elliott's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Huntsville back at it. Time now 7:56. If you got to be at work at 8 o'clock, you got 4 minutes to stop by Whataburger and bring your coworker something to eat. So
why you gotta promote Whataburger, man?
Well, why not, man?
Because
okay, stop by Sanders Kitchen around the corner.
Sanders Kitchen.
Keep it local.
Keep it local. You know, one of the donut places that's locally owned. Come on.
79 degrees, only 94% humidity this morning.
Only 94%.
As you wake up, make sure to grab your samurai sword as you walk outside to cut through the air as you head to work. But we've got a chance of rain, and here's the tough news, friends. Boy, we have rain chances starting this afternoon through the entire week. In fact, it's going to stay in the forecast at least through Monday. So 7 days of possible rain. And we're not talking 5, 10, 15%. I mean, we're looking at 30. And then coming up on Wednesday, tomorrow, it'll increase to 60 and possibly a chance of severe weather. So just stay alert. Our prayers this morning go out to our friends in Temple, Texas. In fact, my sister lives there. And my brother-in-law sent me a picture. And sometimes my family, I'm not saying this about I love you, sis, but we always say things like, oh, man, it was close. Well, I thought my sister, I didn't realize how close. It literally was the street over where that tornado hit. The EF2 tornado came through that area, and a lot of homes were destroyed in Temple. And so just our prayers are with that community in Bell County this morning. That was a few days ago that happened. So, but welcome back in as we continue on here on a Tactical Tuesday, brought to you by our friends at Guardian Defense. Check this out. Jamie Sugg joining us this morning. He is the Walker County Extension Agent here with us. Good to see you, Jamie.
Thanks for having me.
You bet, man. Well, it's been a year-and-a-half journey in the role so far, but before we talk about all the good things that you've been a part of and get to know you a little bit, we have a special gift for you. Now, it's something that it's just a memory type gift. It's not a fit. We need Jason, we need to start giving people things.
I know.
To take with you. But this is something that you can store in your memory, and we'd encourage you to store it down in your heart, Jamie. You know, where it just really means something.
I think he's getting a little worried, Rob.
Yeah, we've got
he saw you pull it out.
We've got your.
And I don't know if he's watched the show.
Yeah, this is 2 toots for our guest, first time guest on the show this morning. So here we go from Mr. Jamie Sugg. There you go.
Don't forget to call over and tell them you just did that.
Yeah,
it's not count time.
We call TDCJ and let them know just so they don't think the count gets thrown off when you hear that horn. So, well, Jamie, welcome in, man. It's good to have you this morning.
Glad to be here.
Well, it's been like I said, a year and a half now at the role you are as our county extension agent. I don't have a ton of knowledge about your role, other than my sister was the county agent up in South Dakota for a time, but. Let's get to know you a little bit, Jamie. Graduate of Texas A&M. Let's know a little bit about the journey from Central Texas, man, Lampasas, I believe.
Lampasas, Texas, born and raised. I went to Texas A&M and got a degree in ag economics. Stuck around and got my master's in ag education. And while I was there, they gave me an assistantship with the Extension Service there at their headquarters on campus. And finished my master's. I already had my foot in the door with Extension with my assistantship and decided to just stick with it. Started in Rusk County, Texas, Henderson, for those of you that don't know where Rusk County is, about halfway between Nacogdoches and Longview. Stayed there for several years, went back and got my PhD for some unknown reason. I just didn't have enough to do, I guess, raising 2 kids and full-time job. But anyway, did that, spent a little time in Nacogdoches County, and then went back to Rusk County as an ag agent, and then found my way to Walker County about a year and a half ago. Been in Extension since January of 2000. That's always easy to remember.
When did you know, Jamie, like growing up, maybe what was some of the things that you were around or maybe some of the just the inspiration to say, man, this is the job that I want to have?
You know what? I didn't know. I went back and got my master's because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And to be honest with you, I was in 4-H as a kid, showed pigs, and my mom made me do the home economics projects. And I had 2 great county agents as a kid, but it was never on my radar to be a county extension agent. But again, went to school to be got a degree in ag economics because I thought I wanted to go into ag lending, with capital farm credit or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, somebody had to die before you could get a position in those. So I went back to school to be, get certified to be an ag teacher. That's why I went the ag education route. And then, like I said, I already had my foot in the door with Extension, so just stuck with it. And now here I am.
Well, Steph Valley, created the connection between us. How did you and Steph get to know each other?
We have so many people that come through our office, every day that, I'm still a year and a half. I'm still meeting new people, and I probably will for several more years. But that's basically it. So.
Awesome. Well, there's that your role is so important, and the county is so blessed to have you here in Walker County. Let us know a little bit, kind of, I guess, your day to day. What does your job encompass? What does it look like? I know that things can change on the fly sometimes, but maybe a typical day, if there is such a thing.
It's funny you say that because when I was starting to look at Extension as a career, my in-laws at the time live in San Augustine County, and their neighbor across the road was their county extension agent. And they're good friends with him. So I went over there and just asked him, I said, hey, I'm thinking about being an extension agent. Tell me what a normal day looks like. And he said, there's no such thing as a normal day. And so that actually appeals to me. If it's rainy or sleety or just nasty outside, it's government work. So there's always paperwork to do. If it's pretty, there's always stuff to do outside. So it's very flexible. Like today, I'm doing things like this. I write an article for postcards. So there's, social media things to do, mass media things to do. I'm leaving here to go to College Station to have a orientation meeting with a summer intern. We have a Sam Houston student that's going to be an intern with us this summer.
There you go. Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Tonight I'm teaching the vet science class, the 4-H vet science class. So it's, I was looking forward to later this week, but I hadn't looked at the forecast, and you kind of popped my bubble with the rain chances. But we're trying to do a study with one of the chemical companies on some weed control, and so I'm working with Gibbs Ranch. We've got a spot picked out. It's just been too wet to do anything, and I was hoping it was going to dry out enough this week that we could get those herbicide plots out, but looks like that may not happen. So
we'll put in a special prayer, say, Lord, please, going to get a little dry out this week.
I wish we could just kind of take a rain check, no pun intended, and take some of this maybe in September.
Some of that rain in July.
Yeah, August and September. Yeah, exactly.
So we can make it a little more hay.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, I think it's so neat here, and I'll let you kind of expand on this, but I look at kind of like where my sister's role's at. She was out there in rural South Dakota. Mm-hmm. We're still kind of rural East Texas here, but, we're within driving distance, not too bad from Houston, even a place like Conroe, and you go just a few hours north, we're in Dallas. But I think one of the most interesting things that makes this a very unique place is we have Sam Houston State University, a Division I program that is continuing to grow, and a very heavy emphasis on agriculture. You mentioned a Sam Houston state intern is going to start helping you guys. Maybe talk a little bit about that relationship and just from your role coming from another area, how great it is to have the resources of the university and maybe some of the things that you guys are interactive with out at Gibbs Ranch.
Yeah, it actually does offer us a great partnership. Like I said, I spent about 3 years in Nacogdoches County, so don't hate on me, but I did partner a little bit with SFA there.
We won't hold it against
Hey,
you.
if they called me to broadcast, I'd be like, okay, see you.
But Gibbs actually is. And when I say Gibbs, I'm talking about Gibbs Ranch and Joseph Snyder and his crew out there have been very great partners. Well, I hosted, I guess it was back this past December, we hosted a big program out there at Gibbs Ranch at that new learning facility they have that's kind of behind the new arena. So they're wanting to partner with us, and it's been a great opportunity for us to go out and do some field work. They've done some studies with us on parasite resistance on some cattle. So, yes, having a school and academic setting that you can partner with certainly has been very beneficial to me, and I'm sure my predecessor Reggie utilized them as well.
I think a lot too about this area and just the forestry that we have here. And this was a question while you're chatting that popped in my mind. Is there ever any collaboration that you have with the Forest Service?
Absolutely. I'm not going to say half of my calls, but a lot of my calls are yard related. One call may be something's wrong with my tomatoes, something's wrong with my turf grass. The next one may be, my cows aren't gaining weight. I'm a jack of all trades. And when somebody calls me about a tree question, I immediately give them Ben Plunkett, the district forester at Texas Forest Service, his number. And I tell them, look, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, basically. Ben is everything trees. And so, if it's an email, I'll respond to them and CC Ben, and Ben's always real good about, carboning me on his response just to let me know that he has followed up with them. And so, we're both under the A&M system. We're sister agencies, but trees is all they do, and they're very good at it. So,
with the ag extension, role that you're in, who would be the ideal person? Because we have a lot of new folks that are moving to this area. Maybe they don't know about the extension offices that the counties have. Maybe kind of describe that a little bit more, and what questions can people come to you with?
Yeah, we are, I teach a class at SAM, and so even though it's not the focus of the class, I always spend at least one class period talking about the Extension Service, its history, what we do, who we are, and basically a quick rundown is we are an extension of Texas A&M University, meaning all the research they do, we are the conduit that gets that information out to the local communities. And so anything that has to do with, like my role is ag and natural resources. So I mentioned earlier, anything that has to do with gardening, your landscape, your pastures, any kind of ag or natural resource issue, if we don't know the answer, we have a network of specialists in the A&M system who can answer those questions. I've got a coworker, Meredith Cryer, who is the family and they've changed their title, family and community health agent. Used to be consumer science, but now it's community health. And her emphasis is healthy diets, healthy lifestyles, healthy living. She likes to tell the story that I take care of everything outside the home. She takes care of everything inside the home. And then we have Christy Teetsman, who is our 4-H agent, and she takes care of the kids. Keeps them entertained, gives them a very great experience on the 4-H program. Basically, again, if we don't know the answer, we have a network of people who do know the answers.
So as we were talking, I was talking about gardening a while ago, and you were probably answering some of these questions in your head. So,
Yeah.
So could a guy like me, just a simple guy, I got a little house out here in the back part of Elkins, and we got our 2 little babies and my wife. It's just but we're not big farmers, obviously. We got we're proud of our little 1/10 of an acre, whatever you want to call it, where you walk 5 steps and hit a fence.
Uh-huh.
But, I was thinking about planting tomatoes. So could a guy like me call you or call y'all's office and say, hey, I'm thinking about planting some tomatoes. Can you give me some advice?
Absolutely. And one of those pieces of advice would be, if you have a privacy fence, don't plant those tomatoes along a privacy fence, because tomatoes aren't pollinated by insects. They're pollinated by wind. And so we have a lot of folks that will call and say, man, my tomatoes just aren't making fruit. And it's because they're not getting pollinated. They're up against that privacy fence, or, in that little area between the house and the privacy fence, and so they're not getting any wind to be pollinated. So if you're going to do that, that would be my first advice: is find an open area, and if that's the only spot you got, when it starts to flower, you can go out there and thump that flower with your thumb and stir that pollen up a little bit manually.
Put a box fan on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that
See,
works
I know
too.
this is neat. See, this is great because I just built a little garden for a little flower garden. She really wanted. She's 2.5, and she's interested in gardening now, and so, here I am. Really didn't have a budget for it, and before I knew it, I left Home Depot with a $180 bill with pressure treated lumber and all this kind of stuff, and I let her pick out the plants.
Yeah,
and I had a little bit of say on that, but Mama really had the big say in it. But we planted it right up against the fence, and I was thinking, man, it'd be so nice to make another one of these boxes and put it right up the fence for tomatoes, and you've changed my mind on that now.
Well, like I said, you can still do it, but like I said, you either need to use a fan or go out there and manually thump it. But yeah.
So how would you run that fan? Would it be on there all the time, or?
No, just whenever like you said, when the flowers are coming out.
So when the flowers are there, you just keep the fan on and you're good to go. Yeah. Oh, okay. And is it too late to plant tomatoes? I mean, will they still germinate? Is that the right word, I guess you say? Or?
Yeah, and you would need to start them from plants. A lot of people try to start them from seed, but a lot of these improved varieties are hybrids, and their seeds aren't usually viable. So you're better off starting from plants, and you can do it now. They're just going to take extra care. It's going to be extra water, a little bit of shade if you have some shade cloth or something like that. But if you think about it, when you're starting to plant fall gardens, you're planting those in July. So I mean, it's
about time to start your fall tomato plants.
Yeah, it's not too late.
Away.
Yeah, you're kind of in that in between area, but. Yeah, they'll make it. Just take some extra care.
Man, y'all may be getting a lot of calls, because I'm not a big the internet's cool, but I'd rather just talk to somebody who knows it, because everybody gets on the internet nowadays. Oh, how do I do this? And there's a lot of good resources, but I still think today, and we're positive on this show, but I think it's like this communication barrier because of technology, especially with this new AI stuff. You just. Perfect example. Last night I was like, man, I got a bunch of potatoes and I want to make my own potato chips. So I went to AI and I just told ChatGPT, hey, can I do this? And it told me yes, but I put too much salt on them things, man. You had to spit them out. I think this morning my heart was beating irregular because of all that salt. But what I'm getting at is I'd much rather have somebody to talk to. I could pick up the phone and I could call someone like Jamie and say, hey, Jamie, man, I got this question about this. Now, in this area, agriculture is still very huge. Are you working with a lot of farmers maybe on like a day-to-day basis, or what type of farming do you see around this area?
Most of the farming here is forage production. I mean, there's a few row crops, but that's all going to be the prisons. They do raise a lot of their own food. So, but around here, it's basically cattle and
timber.
Timber and
hay.
And where I came from, it was hay, cattle, and timber, and then you throw in chickens, poultry. But you're talking about Tyson, Sanderson Farms, Pilgrims. They all have their own consultants, so they very rarely do they need anything from us.
And most of Walker County is too far away to have
processor,
from the processor to do chickens.
See, it's so neat.
I looked into it.
It's neat to have your perspective, Jamie, because when my sister was up in South Dakota, of course, up there is all corn. I mean, that's what they dealt. There was so much crop production up there.
Yeah.
But then you come into an area here, and like even for us back in Central Texas at the time, it was a lot of corn. There was a lot of cotton back then, and you don't see that. Williamson County used to be one of the hubs for cotton produce, especially in Taylor, Texas, and that whole area. And, that's kind of dying out, unfortunately. So I'll kind of lead in with this question. Where do you see the future of agriculture? I know that's kind of a very, could go 1,000 different ways, but maybe how have things changed over the years that you've seen, and what does the future look like for agricultural production, especially in this area?
It's funny you ask that, because I was talking to some faculty at Sam Houston last week or the week before. They're working on a big grant to try to get a hydroponics and aquaponics system set up, and not just a system but a cooperative. I mean, this is a huge project. It's not just a grant to go set up a system there at Gibbs Ranch. This is to form a cooperative so that we can get some buy-in from other producers to do aquaponics and hydroponics, basically raising more food on less area. And when I say area, I'm not including land. I'm talking about, in labs. And, that's not something a lot of people are really open to yet. But you talked about the production of cotton right around Taylor, Georgetown, on through Temple. That is the most fertile soil in Texas. That blackland soil as it goes right up 35. And guess what's getting concreted and paved over?
Yeah.
The most fertile soil we have in Texas. So that's unfortunate, but it's not going to change, unfortunately. And so that's what, A&M and all these other ag schools are working on is, looking at the projection of our population and the needs that we're going to have, and how are we going to sustain that population, food and fiber and everything else on, growing population on smaller land.
And less water.
Less water.
That's a big thing.
Yep.
Well, just because, the Aggie ring, and I got to ask you this question. Now, I'm not a UT fan, even though I'm not a UT fan because I grew up so close to UT.
Yeah.
I was a Baylor fan first, A&M fan second. Okay. Craig Way, if you're listening, I'm sorry, Craig, but I'm not a UT. UT was at the bottom of the barrel for me growing up. But I have to ask this question. In our neighborhood, we had maroon bluebonnets, and somebody told us, and this was in Georgetown, somebody said years ago that started at Texas A&M. Is there any truth to that story?
Oh, yeah. We got maroon carrots, too. Can't stand to have an orange vegetable. So, yeah, they've developed some maroon carrots.
Are they still growing maroon cotton?
I haven't seen that. I know they started it.
I heard rumor that they were trying.
I have no doubt whatsoever. But it didn't take off like the bluebonnets and the maroon carrots for sure.
See, it's neat because someone said if you see a maroon bluebonnet, that traces back to Texas A&M, and they're all over the place now. It's pretty cool to see that.
Yep.
One other unique thing is I was continuing to think of a couple other questions here. Again, Jamie Sugg joining us. He is our Walker County Extension agent. So glad to have him on here this morning. Another unique perspective about this community. We talked about the university and just how great things are here in East Texas, but also the prison system. Is there any relationship or collaboration that you guys have with someone like TDCJ?
A little bit. They have the guys that work their crops and their pastures that have to have or need to have a pesticide applicator's license. And so we in the Extension Service, a lot of times will provide classes that give them credits that they have to maintain to keep that license. So
But y'all don't do the classes anymore, correct? That's all online?
Yes, to actually get the license.
Right.
Now, once you have it, we do have the classes to keep.
CE
keep
credits.
your credits. Yes, yeah. That was a TDA deal. I would much rather to get the license, teach that class in person.
Oh, I think that was a way better option.
Yeah, and then as soon as that class was over, TDA had a representative there that would actually give you the test right then.
Right.
While it was fresh on your mind, and you left there with that, not necessarily a license, but what you mailed off to get your license. But now it's, you come in, you watch a video at our place, I give you a form verifying that you've sat through the training. You mail that to Austin along with the fee for the license that you don't have yet. And then you use that. They'll send you a number. You call and get an appointment to take the test at a testing center in Houston. I think it's the nearest one.
Like Greens Point.
Yeah, it's PSI testing centers or something like that. But anyway, it's much more convoluted process. But again, that's not us. That's TDA. They're the license issuer, so they decide how to get it.
Well, wonderful. Well, Jamie, appreciate you being here. I know you got to get going here in just a few moments. I always like to ask this question, but whenever you get up in the morning, what really drives you? What are you most excited about each day with the job that you have?
I think we touched on it earlier. It's just a different day every day. I think if I had to wake up and go sit at the same desk, I mean, obviously I do have one desk, so it is the same desk. But if I knew that I had to go and sit at that desk and be tied to it all day, I think I'd probably just go nuts. So just the fact that, every day's different, and for the most part, I can decide what I'm going to do that day. As long as it all gets done, there's nobody standing over my shoulder saying, go from X to Y to Z. It's just like, if I want to start with Z, I'll start with Z and come back to X or whatever. Just the flexibility of the job is what drives me. Enjoy it very much. It's been a great career.
Wonderful. We have a lot of, parents and grandparents that watch this show too, and I don't get to ask this question a lot, but I'll ask it in your case because I think it's so unique. But maybe if they have a grandchild or a son or a daughter that may be choosing this career path, what advice would you give to those parents or grandparents to relay to their younger ones?
I think just first of all, get involved with the 4-H program so you have firsthand knowledge of what we do in the office. But gardening. If they're going to go the ag route, get into the gardening as a kid. We're likened or compared to ag teachers a lot, and they're having the same problem. The number of kids that are graduating college looking for careers in extension or teaching ag don't have a whole lot of practical experience in ag, and that's just the way it is. I mean, and so anything they can do to get some practical knowledge, even if that's a backyard garden. I mean, that's, we have agents that do nothing but horticulture. They're horticulture agents. There's one in Williamson County. There's one in the larger counties have an agent that does nothing but horticulture. So if you've got a young kid that just has a green thumb and loves to garden, man, get an extension and go be a hort agent. You don't have to mess with those cows and everything else.
Right.
It's
pigs and chickens
exactly.
and sheep and
Exactly.
goats.
There ain't no, what do you call it, palpitating? You don't have to worry
palpate.
about all. Palpate. Yeah.
Not palpitate.
See, I'm learning, man. If you don't know what that is, don't look that up. But anyways, yeah.
Rob's I'm gonna video Rob doing it on my cows.
That's my favorite thing. When my sister went to a West Texas A&M University, and she was so proud of that moment. She sent a picture, and had on the glove and everything. And she said, there's these 3 other girls that were in my class, and they were just, oh, get away. And my sister was all sitting there smiling. She goes, this is the nitty gritty of the ag business.
I've got a box of those gloves in my truck. Go all the way up to your shoulder. So if you need some, let me know.
Hey, and if it's raining, you can use them you can double them up as a poncho.
There you go.
So, well, Jamie Sugg here with us. We so appreciate you and just your service to our county. Such a blessing to have you here. And Jamie, please reach out again. I'm so thankful that Steph Valley or Magnolia Kennel
maybe we should
set
get
this
Christy
up.
to come in and talk about the 4-H programs one day.
Yeah, I would love that. If you can connect us to some of the 4-H folks, I'd love to have them come on and talk. I think that would be great, and we'll continue to keep in touch. Steph, by the way,
they can start planning. The families, if their kids are interested, can start planning now for the activities that start in the fall.
Yeah, and we've got some summer camps coming up, day camps for some kids this summer, and then the 4-H year kicks off September 1. So
awesome!
It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. That'd be good. Steph, by the way, said she met you through. There were some soil samples she needed before she put her grass down. Is what she was saying.
That's what it was. I remember that now. After you said that.
Perfect. Well, all right. Well, Jamie, thanks again, man. It's been fun this morning. Been an enlightening morning, and we love to meet folks from our community. And I guess I do have one more question. What do you love most about Huntsville?
Ooh, coming from a very small town, Huntsville is big enough to have everything you need, but not too big to have all the stuff you don't need. And whatever they don't have, I mean, it takes you 20 minutes to get to Conroe.
30 minutes, depending on where you're going.
Yeah,
or the
exactly.
woodlands.
So I think that's it. Just like I said, it still has a small hometown feel, but it is a college town, so it's got all the good eating places and shopping. So it's just right.
Well, there you go. Jamie Sugg with us. We'll have him on again, and appreciate Steph for connecting us, and so thankful to have you here today, my friend.
Glad to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Well, again, always our shows every Tuesday brought to you by Guardian Defense. They are your experts in all things tactical and personal safety. Check them out online at guardiandefensellc.com. Keyword continues, Magnolia, and we'll talk about what that prize is here in just a few moments. Text it in along with your name, Magnolia, along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. We'll take another break. Jason and I will continue the discussion when we come back. Stay with us. More to come. This is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville here on a Tuesday.
Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Here we grow again. Tomorrow's Promise is excited to announce our third location to better serve the families of Walker County and surrounding areas. At Tomorrow's Promise, we are more than just childcare. We pride ourselves on partnering with parents and creating a place where every child is respected, loved, and nurtured in the highest quality environment. See what makes us the perfect fit for your child and their needs. Schedule a tour and learn more about Montessori.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tpms.live for more information. Education you can trust.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. All right, then. All right, then, Jason.
All right, then.
Get on down there now. Speaking of get on down there now, keep our good friend Randy Thompson in your prayers. I know he's recovering from some surgery over there at Granny Mary's. But if you get a chance and when he reopens, get on down there and get the rest of that. Have you been to Granny Mary's?
Oh, I've had his food a few times.
Get on down there and get the rest of it, Jason.
Yeah.
Come on with it now.
Come on.
All right, welcome back at it. We don't have today's impossible question. You know why? Because I haven't subscribed to the service. I need to resubscribe to our service. I had all these really cool, fun things that we get to talk about each day. We're going to have that back tomorrow. But today it's just Jason and I having fun, and we appreciate Jamie Sugg for joining us a few moments ago.
That was great to have him on.
Yes.
Oh, man.
You know what today is, baby? If you're a meat lover, it is your day.
It is your day, man. I'm sitting here staring at the computer screen going, oh, yeah.
What is it, Jason? It's 3 different things today. What is it?
Which one do you want me to talk about?
You talk about all 3 of them, man.
Well,
what's the difference between 1 and 2?
I really don't know. Other than the fact that they starting to grow some of that in labs now, maybe.
I guess.
I'm not quite sure. But number 1 on the list is National Beef Burger Day.
Beef, it's what's for dinner.
And it doesn't really make sense because the second one on the list is National Hamburger Day. So where are we going to go with this, guys? I want to see some comments.
Yeah, is one of them like, are you a hamburger? Does that include like turkey burger? I mean, I don't know. What's the difference? But what's the difference between a beef burger?
Well, because, hamburgers, man, they make, I remember when I was in school, I'm telling myself, My mother helped out in the cafeterias, and in the summertime, they would actually bring samples home, and we were like the guinea pigs on whether or not the school was going to use that product. And there was some stuff that they called hamburgers that did not taste like hamburgers, nor would the dog even eat it. So if the dog wouldn't eat it, that was a definite no. And if we didn't like it, it was a definite no. But the third one's probably the most important. Well, I guess we should call it National Kyle Day. Since Kyle is the brisketeer of Huntsville, we can call it National Kyle Day because it's National Brisket Day. Although I did cook a pretty mean brisket on Sunday, dude.
I've heard, Jason, that you are, a brisket connoisseur as well. Is that the right word? See, I'm so bad. Is it connoisseur? Is that the right word?
I like to eat brisket. Is
that the right word, or is it connoisseur? Connoisseur. I don't know.
I mean, I like to eat meat. Especially if you're on a low carb diet, you better like to eat some meat.
Well, that is your
beef or whatever, and I eat a lot of beef and I eat a lot of chicken and I eat some fish.
That's your day today. Beef burger day, hamburger day, which we don't know the difference. Although that beef burger looks better than the hamburger.
It does, because it's beef, because you don't know what that hamburger patty is made out of.
We went to a burger place in Conroe, man, and this was in Texas Monthly.
You know what's sad is I read that they're going to close all the Fuddruckers down this year.
The one in Round Rock closed down. That's already closed a couple years ago.
Yeah, but for years growing up, Fuddruckers always had really good hamburgers.
I always enjoyed being able to kind of make your own.
Yeah, I mean, you just order the patty the way you want it, and then you could go to you went to the bar, and put whatever vegetables and toppings and. You could put the jalapeno cheese or whatever on there if you wanted spicy cheese. So,
man, I was trying to find this place, and I cannot find it now. But Bridget and I ate at a burger place in Conroe, and now I can't find it. And it was really, really good. It kind of had this throwback feel to it when you walked in, and it was there in Conroe. We ate there this weekend, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what it was called. But, man, they had all sorts of burgers, really good.
If you're ever looking for a good place to eat in Conroe, a friend of mine took me to it's called Honor Cafe.
Honor Cafe?
Honor Cafe. Huh. It's not too far. It's a couple blocks from the courthouse, right by the train tracks.
And see, Kyle just said Mackenzie makes a mean burger. And, I go there for
Mackenzie does.
I go there and their sign says burgers and barbecue. And, I've never gotten a burger there. I always get the barbecue.
They have pretty good burgers, and their fries are fresh cut potatoes. So it's not like they're frozen, so they cut them and fry them right there.
Had no idea, man. I did, but I never thought of it because I always think of the barbecue. I always think of the sausage, man. So, well, that is your day today. If you're a burger, beef burger, or brisket, there you go. Today is Kyle Kreiner Day in Huntsville, Texas.
Kyle Kreiner Day.
So the brisketeer of Huntsville.
I'm still waiting to sample one of Kyle's briskets. See what I can. See what I need to do to bring my game up a little bit.
He said the best burger that he had was out of an old boot that had been out in the rain for 5 days. No, I'm just kidding. He said it was out of an old meat market that smokes their burgers.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of that Little Rascals, and they poured soda in a boot, and then they poured it back, and they're trying to trick Alfalfa and Darla when they're having their little and she's like, it tastes like it came out of an old boot. And then the guy that heard him, he was like, actually, it came out of a sneaker. I don't know why I just thought of that, but I did. So a lot of folks joining us here this morning. Kyle Kreiner, as always, appreciate you. Jamie Saucier Woodworks, good morning to you. Jen is joining us. Good morning, Jen. Thanks for being a part of it this morning. Saying hello. Joy Daly, that is Karen Didman's beautiful mama, saying hello. And happy belated birthday to your daughter last week. We had the keyword celebrate as we were honoring Karen Didman's birthday all week. So Joy Daly joining us. Good morning to you. Quentin Glaze, our number one engager here on the show, joining us.
Hey, you know what Friday is, man?
What is that?
That's my mother's birthday.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Pat having a little birthday then.
Yeah, she is. It's on Friday.
Little pate for Pat.
I won't be here, man.
Y'all not going to take her out to the Fox and dance it up or anything? No dancing for Pat?
I ain't dancing no walking boot, bro. Come on.
Well, you can spin around, It's like
no, man, there's rubber on the bottom of that thing so you don't fall.
You have to go out and dance in the boot, man.
No, ain't happening, man.
Jennifer Beckley, good morning to you joining us. Jennifer Augustinetti joining. It's a terrific Tuesday, Jennifer says, and having a blessed day. We appreciate you. We were talking earlier about jobs, and I love what Steph said. She said, I love my job. I honestly believe that this is my calling, and I agree with you. If you're not happy in your job, move forward.
Yeah.
And so, Steph, appreciate that comment this morning.
That doesn't mean walk in there and give them a 2-day notice, like saying, what do you mean 2-day notice? I quit today.
Yes.
You know?
Today, right now.
Yeah.
Carolyn Gibson, the grandmother of Huntsville, joining us, saying good morning and thankful Thursday. Rick Boning, good morning.
Rick.
Oh,
Rick, call me.
Rick is the Oompa Loompa of Huntsville. Did you know that?
No, I thought he was the sugar granddaddy.
No, he got the official title.
Who officially Oompa Loompa?
It popped into my head, and he liked it, so he is the official Oompa Loompa of Huntsville.
Really?
So
All right.
I don't even know
Rick, give me a call. I got something for you, man. I've had it for a couple of weeks, so I know you've been out of town, and I've been extremely busy and forgot to call you. So there's your shout out, Rick. Call me.
Yeah, holla at him. Trissa Powell joining us this morning. Good morning.
Might have to try it out for you, Rick.
She's there. Christine Mitchell and Rodney saying good morning. Good morning to you guys. So great to hear from you as well. And Tara Burnett, I love this. Tara's chiming in. She said, Honor Cafes on North Thompson Street in Conroe. The museum went down and decorated. Talking about the Harts Veterans Museum.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff on loan from Harts Veteran Museum.
She said, great family, great food, and a very cool place to eat. It is veteran-owned. So
it is.
I love that. Kyle said, I don't give a 2 weeks notice. I give the 2 weeks to notice.
2 weks to notice I'm not here.
2 weeks to notice. If they don't, I guess they owe me another check. Oh, that's great.
Kyle is great.
Tammy joining us. Tammy, try to good morning to you, saying good morning, gentlemen. Good morning to you as well, Tammy. A lot of folks interacting. We're having fun here on the show this morning. One final opportunity. We come back. I got something to give Jason, and I want to talk about a very special event that we want you to mark your calendars on June the 6th for.
And then we're going to have to do our drawing.
We are. One final break. We'll present something to Jason. We'll talk about our event, and we'll have that drawing coming up. And what is it for? Check this out. A very awesome... This you could almost use this like as a charcuterie board if you wanted, in a way.
For your dog?
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't want to use
you
this.
get their food up, and then it slows them down like if you got a Frenchie like dude.
Stella used to go crazy, and we had one of those bowls, and then now she eats slower than the gold, and I'm like, could you speed it up, man? I need to go to bed. Go back to the way you used to eat. But beautiful carved wood here. This is of a puppy paw, just beautiful.
Yeah.
And Scott Valley made this, just a beautiful, beautiful piece, and there are tons of uses that you could have for this.
It is.
Know? So
yeah.
I would use this almost like as some sort of a serving tray, though.
That would be cool.
I love my dogs, but I wouldn't want my dogs to have this.
Just think, you could put all kinds of, different dipping sauces in there and put a big old bowl of chips beside it. And
Steph, what would you recommend that folks use this for?
Yeah, come on, Steph. Tell us what we're supposed to use it for.
I would use it. I'd put it on the table, and when I get home, I always take my rings off. So I always do that when I get home. Look at this. Take my ring off, take my watch off. You could use it for whatever you want.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of uses. But Steph, you let us know exactly what use you would have for this. But it's a beautiful piece made by our good friend Scott Valley. They're from Pop Pop's Wood Shop. And Kyle said, doggy bento box. So there you go. But we're going to give this away today. Beautiful piece. And we'll give that away to our winner today for texting in to win. Let's take a quick break. Before we do, one final opportunity for you to win this piece. All you got to do is text in the keyword Magnolia, as we are honoring Magnolia Kennel this week. And it is on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Our show's on Tuesday, brought to you by Guardian Defense. They are your experts in all things personal safety. Please visit them online at GuardianDefenseLLC.com. And Rick, you have something to pick up from Guardian Defense.
Yes, you do.
So call Jason and arrange that pickup. Otherwise, I think that there's a window in there to where someone else can come by and get it. That may be me.
No, I'm not going to let them take it. We just might have to try it out.
Yeah, there you go. Let's take a quick break. We'll have one final segment when we come back, and we'll continue on. Stay with us. More to come here. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Back here, 8:40. About time to wind this bad boy down. No WCRC meeting today, by the way.
No WCRC today.
WICRIC is what we unofficially call that. WICRIC. No WICRIC meeting today.
Yep.
If you haven't heard, Walker County Referral Cooperative, a great way to network your way to success here in Huntsville. It's a family group that I say family. It's not a family group, but we feel like we're part of a family.
It's
supporting each other's
outreach
business.
Of your family.
Supporting each other's business here in Walker County. For more
a lot of great
information,
businesses are represented there.
Come on out. Usually every Tuesday at noon at Safe House is where we meet. But if you've got a business in town, you're just looking for it's a networking referral group is what it is.
Yeah,
but
it's
we're
low
a family.
cost, yeah.
But we're there for each other. So anytime
is.
anybody in the group needs help, we're always there. And we
just promote
we
each
help
other's
each other
business.
out. All right. Well, Jason, got something to present to you today.
Okay.
You've been with us since day one. Well, you've been with me since day one of moving to Huntsville, man. You guys helped me move like 5 times. Buffalo Bills were hiring a new radio guy, by the way. And I thought, man, Jason helped me move a 6th time. But I decided not to apply for that. That's not my calling. It's not my calling. After I looked at the pay, too, I'm like, the NFL, like you would think that you'd make like $100K broadcasting the NFL.
Really?
Right? You'd think so. I applied for the Carolina Panthers years ago. I actually got a second I got an initial hit, and then I got a second interview with them.
Right.
And they asked me, "What are your salary requirements?" I didn't know what to say. I said, "Well, $80,000, I guess, is a good number," because I thought it was the NFL. And the person that was part of their talent committee was like, "Well, they start out at 120," and I was like, "Well, put me down for 121." Needless to say, I didn't get that job, but it was still pretty cool. I got an interview with them.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Carolina Panthers were hired, but they already had their people picked, and
that's fine.
I don't get discouraged. I did because there's sometimes these really cool jobs that pop up. You're like, man, that'd be great, but they already have someone picked. But they have to go through a process.
Yeah, they have to go through the process so they make it look fair.
Mm-hmm. The deal is
like that all over the place, man.
Oh yeah, like in the radio world, the FCC requires you to post jobs, and they already have people picked.
Right.
It's like, why even bother interviewing people because you already have someone picked.
Yeah.
So, but I do have something, and I'm not going anywhere, by the way. I love what I get to do at First Baptist. It's a privilege. And by the way, if you're looking for a church family, we'd love to have you on Sundays at 9:30 for Bible study, 10:45 for service. A lot of great things are happening over at First. And again, we'd love to have you no matter where you're at in your journey. If you're a believer or not, come. And we call it the Harbor of Hope for a reason over at FBC. So I'm not going anywhere, Jason, unless
Okay.
the Houston Texans call him. But Mark Vandermeer ain't leaving that job anytime soon either. So wanted to present something with Jason. He's helped me literally since we came to Huntsville and his family and helped us move literally 5 times. But you have been with us since day one. You've been a member of this since we started it, but we haven't given you any official thing. So wanted to present Guardian Defense today with their official 2024 Hello Huntsville Ethical Business Directory Certificate.
Oh, awesome.
And so there
Thank
you go.
you so much.
And this is the first time we've done this live.
Yeah.
This certifies that Guardian Defense upholds ethical standards embodying integrity, excellence, and respect.
Yes.
So you got a
Well,
nice
thank you.
little, here, Vanna White that bad boy here.
Vanna
There you-
White.
There
Which-
you go. Vanna
which
White.
camera?
Vanna
Right
White it.
here?
So there
Yeah.
you go, an ethical business, and we got a little window cling for you, Jason. So
Awesome,
there you
cool.
go, cool little Michelle Cardenas designed those for us. So.
That's awesome.
And if you would like to join our ethical business directory, it's only $89 a year, and we promote this directory in the community as a
That is
place.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet, man. We promote the directory as a place for consumers to go when you're looking for products and services here in Huntsville and throughout Walker County. And the reason is the members who join us, they agree to uphold a code of ethics, and the Guardian Defense has agreed to that, and we've agreed to present them a certificate.
Awesome.
So
Boy,
there you go.
thank you.
You can go to our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com for more information on that. And I think if you just go to the website, hellohuntsvilletx.com/ad, you can join your business. We just had another law firm in town that joined here last week, and our goal is if we can get 1 or 2 members a week, that would be pretty good
That'd be
to help
awesome.
build that directory.
Right.
And if you're a consumer again and you're looking for businesses, go to our directory first because you'll find great ethical businesses that are a part of it. All right, Jason, another big event coming up. We want you to mark your calendars. You were a part of it. Boy, were you a part of it last year.
I'm going to be a part of it this year too, brother.
But we're starting out a little bit later this year. But we'd love for you to be part of our.
No, we're doing it a lot earlier.
No, later. Well, no. The time though, we're not having to like show up at like 5:30 this year.
What time are we starting it this year? 7?
Yeah, 7. Last year was 6 to 6. Remember?
Yeah.
This year
Yeah.
it's 7 to 7.
What's an hour?
That's a lot. Yeah, it's a
No,
lot.
not really.
It is. It's a ton.
Maybe for you.
I haven't even figured out what I'm going to do with the kids yet. I got to figure this out. Maybe they'll come hang out with me for a little bit, while I'm getting this thing going.
Yeah.
Bridget was like, well, how are you going to get the kids to school? How are you going to pick them up? I was like, I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Hey, we'll figure it out.
Save the date, though. June the 6th. That's coming up not this Thursday, but next Thursday. It's our second annual Rays of Hope fundraiser. And this will be benefiting 5 area nonprofits
And some families.
and 3 families affected by the recent flooding. And what we're looking for, non-perishable food items. So if you think about pastas and rices and macaroni and cheese,
Right.
and canned goods, all that, we're going to divvy that up between Good Shepherd Mission and Safe House. Also, we really need diapers for newborns, and I would say up until 3 or 4 years old. So we're
Probably.
talking newborn diapers up to size 5 or 6.
Right.
To help our friends at Care Center, especially the newborn ones, though. To help our friends at Care Center
Right.
Huntsville. So any baby products, any toiletry products, I'm talking about toilet paper, lotions, and please don't bring us half. Someone last year brought like a half a bottle of something. I was like, we can't. That goes in the garbage, man. Don't
Yeah.
clear out your bathroom unless it's brand new and never been
Right.
opened.
Still got a seal on it.
I mean, I had somebody one time bring us Q-tips that were half open. I was like, we'll take Q-tips, but they need to be closed.
Right.
But any type of items for babies or toiletries, things like that, even simple stuff like toothpaste and toothbrush, we'll find a home for that. So that's part of it. And then also gift cards, especially to like Home Depot to help some of these families. We would gladly accept those.
Home Depot or places for them to get a meal, maybe.
Sure, yeah. Cash donations, all of that. We're going to be blessing HISD Social Services. We did that last year, and this gives kids, and we wanted to do it earlier this year so the kids will have something to do. So gift cards to Tom Fullery's would be great, too, for social services. So those kind of things. Not only HISD Social Services, but Safe House, Care Center of Huntsville, Tomorrow's Promise Montessori School, specifically the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Those
Right.
funds will be earmarked to pay for the cost of shipping those books. And then finally, Good Shepherd Mission. So those are the 5. And then the 3 families, we'll start with the Peak family. And the Peak family, there are a husband and a wife.
Right.
And they have 3 children. one of those little children is now 3 months old, but they had to be water rescued. Their house is going to have to be.
I remember you talking. We talked about that.
Right off Harmon Creek. They lost almost everything except their family, which is the most important. But we're going to be blessing them. Also, Sherry and Blaine McAdams, you know them in our group. His wood shop just basically got destroyed over there, and that's his primary source of income. And so we want to help them out. And their home too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like it washed out the sub. You know, all the dirt and stuff underneath, like a lot of the house that they're having to go in and repair. And
yeah, and they had to put in new piers, and I mean that's not cheap. I think it's like $30,000 just to go in and do that. It's very expensive. And and there is a FEMA, disaster declaration now, but let's be honest, they're not going to receive everything that they need to get through this, and that's why we're helping these families.
Right.
And then also the Smith family, and they had water damage that took out half their sheetrock and some other damages, and so some of those funds that we can raise will go to help them. So that's kind of how all this is going to work. I know it's a lot to cover, but the way you can get involved, and I know everybody's strapped pretty tight right now, but it gives you a couple of weeks. Save up $20 if you can. That's just what we're asking. If you can give a cash donation, and here's what that $20 cash donation is going to get you. $20 or more. We'll get you a limited edition Rays of Hope t-shirt with our new logo. Every year we've got a new logo, and you just saw it there as I popped it up a moment ago. So that will get you that. It'll get you a swag bag. And if it's $20 or the equivalent of a $20 value, that'll get you the t-shirt and the swag bag. If you give physical cash, that $20 or more cash will get you both of those. Plus, it's going to enter you into an hourly raffle from jewelry from Elliott's Jewelers.
Awesome.
So every hour, if you come at the 7 a.m. hour, you're going to be entered in our 7 a.m. raffle. If you come at 8 a.m., you're going to be entered into our 8 a.m. raffle. But new this year, we're going to take all of those cash, $20 or more, that are also entered into the hourly raffle. You're going to go into a grand prize raffle as well.
We got a grand prize.
So if you don't win the hourly raffle, you're going to win. You're going to be entered into the
Still
grand prize.
have the chance for the grand prize.
Diamond earrings, courtesy of Elliott's Jewelers, valued at $1,800 is what I've been told. So come on out, support. And those monies, everything that we raise, will go back directly to these 5 nonprofits and these 3 families. We do have some sponsor offers. It's too late for the shirts. I had to get those logos in. Unfortunately, some of the shirts, I set a budget, and we actually weren't able to raise enough to cover the cost of the shirts, but we have something in reserve, and so we're going to be fine on that. But here's the deal. When you come out and you get all that kind of stuff, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great way to give back to the community. From 11 to 1, Sam Houston women's basketball is going to be joining us. The LEAP ambassadors from Sam Houston State University are coming out. We're going to have hot dogs again this year.
Oh, all
so
right.
from 11 to 1, you can come out and get a free hot dog as well.
There.
We do still have some sponsor opportunities, hourly sponsors, only $150. And each hour, and you'll have to pick the hour that works best for you as long as someone else hasn't picked it. I think I've got 5 of those remaining, or 4 or 5 of those hours remaining. It's only $150, and you can come out, be with us for the hour, and we'll promote your business as showing a business that's involved in giving back to the community. That's the angle that we're taking. Of course, you can mention your business, but we really want to talk about why it's so important for your business to be involved in the Huntsville community. So, again, come out. Look, if you can't give, come out and just volunteer. Hang out with us.
Right.
We had a lot of people drive through last year.
We did. I mean, we'll take you. We'll give you some water and a sign to spin or something. We'll come up with something.
We'll get something for you, and just come on out. It's going to be at the HEB parking lot. Again, Thursday this year, not a Saturday, Thursday, June the 6th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come out and be a part of our second annual Rays of Hope. And Kyle said, so if I come with a $20 bill every hour on the hour, yeah, you can do that, $240.
Yeah.
You'll be entered into 12 different raffles and the grand prize raffle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
If you want to give $240, we will definitely – here's the deal. Kyle just brought up something.
Yeah.
If you want to donate $240 – we will enter you into 12. We'll give you 12 raffle tickets we'll give you 1 per hour, and we'll put you in the main raffle as well.
And you'll have those 12 entries into the main raffle draw.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to do that,
that's a great idea. I like how you took that and ran.
There you go, Kyle.
I agree with it.
So anybody, if we had, think about if we had, 20 people do 240, that'd be a great little chunk there.
That would be awesome.
So, Kyle, $240. We'll get you in 12 entries.
That's it.
So, let's head over to our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. We have a winner today for this beautiful piece, courtesy of Magnolia Kennel. And Steph may have got busy because she normally interacts with us. She didn't respond to what her idea was that you could use this thing for. So hey, check this out. Here we go. Let's fire it up some. We'll get over here to the phone line. It always takes this system a second, Jason. All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Let me get out where I got signal.
You don't have signal. Wait, you answered the phone.
Come on, man.
I don't have enough signal. I'm in a little tin can.
You're in a tin can.
Yeah.
How do you fit in a tin can? You're a big boy like me.
It's a big can.
I'm usually in that can about 5 in the morning. For
that's what I figured he was doing.
About 20 minutes. Kyle, where are you at this morning, man?
I am in Broussard, Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Louisiana.
Louisiana.
It's Louisiana down there. My cousin used to say, "Oh, lousy." That was his favorite, lousy. I don't even know what that means, but he'd say lousy all the time.
Yeah.
Kyle, the winner today, man. What are you going to use this thing for? It's a beautiful piece from Magnolia Kennel.
Well, I can't see it. I'm on the phone.
We showed it on the.
It's a wooden piece that Scott Valley made.
The doggy bento box.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe put some kibbles on it for the dog. Let them fight over it. Maybe put some chips and dish.
Well, cool, man. Well,
cool.
That's courtesy of Magnolia Kennel. Hey, what do you think about our idea, too? You said, so if I come with a $20 bill every hour on the hour, if someone donated $240, they would get 12 raffle entries. Do you think that sounds like a good deal?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay.
And they literally could win 12 pieces of jewelry because there's an hourly raffle, too.
Well, they could actually win 13 if they're really lucky.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the odds, I don't know, but, some people are luckier than others.
Hey, so check it out. Steph Valley said it's actually a man's catch tray for the top of a dresser for your keys and your change. And I put my rings in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, yeah, so that's what you should use that for. Kyle, use it for whatever you want,
Accumulation dish.
Yeah, accumulation dish is a good word for it. So, well, cool. Awesome. Well, Kyle, we appreciate you, man. Your interaction. I had quite a few people text in, but the randomizer picked you. And as much as when your name popped up, I was like, man, I just wanted to hit randomize again. But, I like you, Kyle, so we didn't do that, man. So, congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it.
What are you thankful for this morning, man?
Well, I'm thankful I'm alive, even though I'm hot and sweaty now.
Because we made him get out of the tin can.
Well, do like Jason, before, if you come to visit us, do like Jason, please take a shower before you come in here. Because I told Jason, I said, man, I can't deal with that this morning.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, all right,
I feel like I'm in the shower already.
Yeah. So I was making a comment to Bridget.
Sweat showers don't count.
I go in the garage, man, and literally I go in the garage for 30 seconds, and I come back in the house, and I'm soaked. That's the way it is right now. In the garage.
Yeah.
Didn't realize you had a built-in sauna, did you?
No, man. Come on over. All we charge is $20 an hour, and you just sit in the garage, and you'll be all right.
Can you imagine what it's going to be like on that asphalt parking lot next Thursday?
No, man, it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, we appreciate you, man. Come out and hang out with us on June the 6th if you can. I know you're busy working, but if you're in town, please come hang out with us. We'd love to have you over there, man.
I'll try.
All right, brother. Well, hey, have a blessed day,
and
man.
Hey, bring some tent steaks this time.
Bring some what?
Tent steaks.
Tent steaks.
Oh, yeah, we will.
So the canopy don't go flying.
How are we going to put tent steaks through the asphalt, buddy?
I have the weights now.
You have the weights?
Yeah.
You have a lot of weights?
Yeah. Last year, our tents blew away.
Yeah, I know. I had to buy 2 new ones this year.
We needed to have a raise of hope for Jason Thompson and his canopies.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle. Have a blessed day, man.
Y'all too. Appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye. There he is, Kyle Kreiner, the winner today from Magnolia Kennel. Beautiful plate, a little catch-all tray.
Yeah.
I like that. That's what I would use this for.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you put a value on this, it's probably easily $20-$30. I mean, this is handmade.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, it's handmade. Scott Valley made it.
Scott's got $30 or $40 worth of labor in it.
If I saw this at a pop-up wood show, like a pop-up vendor
probably
thing,
at least 50.
I'd probably say 45.
Yeah.
I'd pay 45. I'd pay 50 for this.
Yeah, $45, $50.
It's beautiful. So there you go. All right, Jason, that'll wrap it up, man. We got a busy day. Ambassadors today, and we got a lot of other stuff happening tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day. It was so cool to have Jamie with us.
It was.
Someone new from the community.
It was. It was great to have him.
How can folks connect with Guardian Defense, man? I know classes, y'all are about to get those rolling again pretty soon.
Going to have some classes coming up in a couple weeks. Do some shooting classes. So, hit us up on the website, GuardianDefenseLLC.com. Give me a call on my phone, 936-293-0364.
They are your experts in all things personal safety. And
ever since I'm going to go cut the grass.
So. Because of you, I always look around me now, especially if I'm at a gas station.
Yeah, imagine what you'll learn when you come to class.
I look I'm like, okay, who's around? I literally look all around me, and I try to be aware of my surroundings. Thanks to you, man.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
All right, man, that'll wrap it up here, friends. We love you, Huntsville. We appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us here for the past hour and a half or so. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7:30, as we have our friends from Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools joining us here on Good Morning Huntsville. And Thursday, we'll have Alan Barnes from First Baptist on the show. He'll be giving us some updates on his role and also what he does at AOA. He's a coach over there at Alpha Omega, so it'll be cool to talk to Coach. And then we'll wrap it up, of course, on a Friday. Friends, that'll end it here as I end every show, reminding you this morning that we're truly not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We really do need each other. So please, Huntsville, provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until tomorrow morning, big thanks to Jason Thompson, Guardian Defense, for being here. We'll see you later. Good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. So long, and thank you, Jason.
Thank you. Bye now.